think we got enough time.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a spring clean, declutter, and organize. So not only am I getting some everyday cleaning and lots of laundry done around my house, but I'm also going to be doing some spring cleaning. So this is the third video in my spring cleaning series. Today I'll be heading up to my son's room. I'll be deep cleaning in there, and then I'm also going to be decluttering and organizing both of my kids' drawers and closets. So if you're in need of some extreme cleaning motivation today, then be sure to stick around, get your to-do list ready, and clean along with me. So for today's video, we're going to start here in the kitchen. We've just got some mess all over the countertops. It needs to be cleaned down really good. In here, we've got lots and lots of dirty dishes to take care of. And Chance had actually already unloaded the dishwasher for me this morning. And so all I had to do was put the dirty dishes away, which I was so grateful for. But as you can see, not only is our kitchen messy, but so is the rest of the downstairs. So I'm putting in my AirPods today and listening to Lies She Told by Kate Houlihan. And this was a free book for me on Audible. I don't know if you guys have an Audible subscription or not, but I think if you have a subscription, then you get it for free. So I was excited about that, and I have finished the book. Now that I'm editing this video, I've already finished it, and it was so good. So I definitely recommend it if you like thriller type books. Now, this is definitely one thing that gets me motivated, especially if I have a huge mess to clean up, is to listen to books while I'm cleaning. It seems to pass the time, and I get to listen to a fun book while I'm getting some things done. So that's a tip if you need some motivation. Also, of course, watching cleaning videos is always a great way to get motivated, either watching it before you get started cleaning or watching while you're cleaning, and just kind of carrying your phone around with you and listening and watching at the same time is another way to get motivated to get all of those messes tackled around your house. Now, if you're like me and you love thriller and suspense books, then I share a ton of reviews. Those are pretty much the main type of books that I listen to, but I share a ton of reviews over on my Instagram account. I have a whole highlight dedicated to book reviews. And so anytime I read a book or read or listen to a book, then I will share it over there and give it a little rating and tell you what I thought of it. So definitely go check out my Instagram account if you need some book recommendations, if you like thriller and suspense novels. And speaking of Instagram, this past week in my stories, I shared a little question box where if you had any questions for me, you could leave them in the box. And so I will be answering some of y'all's questions throughout today's video. But before I start answering any questions, I did want to make sure to introduce myself in case any of you are new here, so that way you know exactly who you're watching. My name is Amy Darley, and I have been creating YouTube videos for 4 years now. Majority of my content is cleaning motivation, but within those cleaning motivation videos, I do like to sprinkle in other content that I love to share. So like shopping hauls, recipes, organization, or anything else that I feel could be helpful. I am also a mom to 2 kids, and we are super duper busy. Both of my kids are in sports, and so we stay really busy throughout the week. So I also love sharing any tips and tricks that I have that have anything to do with mom life. I am married to my amazing husband, Chance, and he is in orthopedic sales. And then last week, we actually lost our dog, Cooper. He went to heaven, and he was the most amazing chocolate lab that you will ever meet. You'll actually get to see him in today's video, which I love that I have so many videos with him in them. And if you go back through my channel and you watch any of my videos, he will most likely be in that video because he is my little buddy. He would come wherever I was and lay in the room and just lay there. Cleaning never bothered him. I literally had to vacuum around him because it never bothered him. He was just the best dog in the whole world. And he turned 13 on March 11th, and then he passed away on March 17th, which for big dog breeds is actually a very long life. And I would say that Cooper had the best life. Now, the last few years have been a little bit harder because he started going blind and then went fully blind and deaf, and just had a really hard time getting around. His hips were starting to go bad, and you know, his back legs especially, it was really hard for him to walk. And so he definitely started declining a lot in the last few years, but he was still just the sweetest dog in the whole world. Nothing bothered him. He was so good with my kids. And I actually made a little video, which I shared over on the community tab, of like him from when he was a puppy all the way through until his last days. And I shared some of the tricks that he did. You get to see how amazing he was with our kids. Gracie June was like 2, I think, and she's riding on his back, and he is just not even fazed by it. I'm telling you guys, he was the best dog in the whole world, and we are so sad that he's no longer with us, but I'm so grateful for all the time that we had with him. And my kids did take it a little hard. I mean, we all took it a little hard, but I mean, they've only known life with him. Like the last 13 years he has been in our lives, so it's really crazy. You know, we're going through our day-to-day routines, and it's really hard because there's so many things that we did with Cooper that are just habit now. And so we're finding ourselves just trying to adjust to life without him, but he will be missed. And I am just so grateful for all the time that we got to have with him. Now, we also have 3 kittens, which don't even ask me how I said yes to this, because I have always said no to getting cats, but my kids were very, very persistent, especially my daughter. And so back in October, we ended up with 3 little kittens, and you'll see them pop in and out of my videos as well. But now that I've introduced myself, I would love to hear from you guys. If you've never introduced yourself, or if you're brand new here, I would love to hear from you. Tell me your name, where you're from, and just a little bit about you, so that way we can get to know you. Also, if you are not already subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button right below this video, and then if you click the bell and then the word all, you will get notifications to your phone anytime that I post new videos. So it's kind of like a push notification from Facebook or something. So it'll just let you know when I post a new video.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us, I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us, please don't give up on me. At least give me a try.
Okay, so now that my messy stove is all clean, I'm actually going to clean this burner top. You can see it's got like spots and stuff all over it, and I tried soap and water. It doesn't get it straight off, so I'm going to use the pink stuff. And one of the questions over on Instagram was actually, what do you use for hard water stains? You can use this stuff on so many things around your house, and so I highly recommend the pink stuff for hard water stains, but also for things like this or anything else that's just really tough to get clean. So I'm using this for the burner tops. You can see how clean it got, and it did not take a whole lot of scrubbing. This stuff is seriously like a magic cleaner. I love it so much, and I get it off of Amazon, so I will have it linked in my description box. But I also use it in my white porcelain sink. You'll see me use that in just a little bit because we do get those hard water stains, especially on the corners of the inside of our sink and around the rim of the sink. And so I'll be using that to get those little spots out too.
As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try.
Okay, so here you can see some of those spots that I was talking about in my sink with the hard water stains. And we also get little black scratches in our sink as well. Now we do have one scratch that it's like a crack, so it's not coming out. But this pink stuff works really, really good on these little spots and then any other little scratches that we happen to get in our sink. But I also use this in our stainless steel sink, and it works really good too.
Falling through the air. No one but myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of where we have been. Sleeping with your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make. And I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 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 We've been into places all at once. Was that what we said would come undone? Feels like our minds have been turned off. Haven't seen each other for so long. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make. And I can feel the tension.
All right, we are almost done cleaning the kitchen. So the last thing I'm going to do is just quickly wipe down our countertops, and I figured I would answer another question. So Beth over on Instagram asked if I would be sharing an Easter haul and Easter basket ideas this year in one of my YouTube videos. And the answer to that is honestly, I don't know, because I am so far behind on Easter baskets this year. So I do plan on for sure sharing all the stuff over on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So if you're not following over there, be sure to check the links in my description box and go, if you're on those platforms, go follow, so that way you can be sure to get that haul. But if I do have time to film it before the next video goes out, then I will make sure to include that. But I will say that my kids' Easter baskets are very similar every year. They always get like a beach towel, bathing suit, sunglasses, sunscreen, goggles, things that they will typically use in the spring and summer. My favorite bathing suits to get for Gracie June are either from Target or Walmart. And then for Kaysen, I always get him the Fair Harbor swim trunks. They're a lot pricier, but we live by the beach, so we're constantly on the beach. And for boys, the little mesh underwear that usually come inside of normal swim trunks tends to make him chafe. And the Fair Harbor swim trunks actually come with spandex built in, so they are amazing for that. So if you have little boys and they have a problem with chafing at the beach or even at the pool, then I definitely recommend those. But then, of course, we always throw in some candy and some other fun little items too. But, of course, you guys always have amazing ideas too. So if you are done with your Easter baskets, or if you have ideas for Easter baskets, y'all leave your ideas down in the comments so we can all go check them out.
I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all.
Okay, we're heading in the living room, and basically I just need to tidy up in here and put things back where they belong. We also still have our lamps that I have not done anything with. I was planning on doing a little DIY and making them over for our bedroom, but now that we've had no lamps on our nightstands for a few weeks, I really like not having any clutter on the nightstands. So I decided that I think I'm going to get some scones to put on our walls. I found some really cute ones from Amazon, and so I'm thinking I'm going to put the little lamps on our walls instead of on our nightstands. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I told you guys I was trying out a new robot vacuum, and this is the one that I got. It's the Ecovacs Dbot X1 Omni, and this video is sponsored by them, but let me go ahead and tell you, I've been using this thing for weeks, and this is by far the best, smartest robot vacuum that I have ever had. I've never had a vacuum that could do so many things automatically for me without me having to do a thing. Even my cats are super intrigued by this vacuum. So the Dbot X1 Omni will actually vacuum and mop. It automatically will go empty out the little trash canister whenever it's full for you. It goes back to the little station and automatically just empties it for you. I've never had a vacuum that could do that. It also washes, dries, and refills the mop for weeks. So the first thing I did when I got my vacuum was I went ahead and set it all up on the app. So it mapped out my entire downstairs for me, and then I went in and customized like the names of each room so that way I knew exactly what I was looking at. You can also customize no-go zones. So anywhere you don't want your vacuum to go, you can put little boxes there and it will stay out of that area. I also put my vacuum on a schedule, so it will automatically go off every single day of the week that I scheduled it for, which I scheduled it for every single day. But of course, if you didn't want it to go off every single day, you just set it to whatever schedule you want. You can also go in and customize all of your auto settings. So whatever you want it to go off as whenever it's automatically cleaning. So your vacuum power mode, your water flow level. And the cool thing about the vacuum power mode is that even if you put it on standard, whenever it goes from hardwood or hard floors to a rug or carpet, it automatically detects that and puts it into max power mode. So the first time that I used it, I only used it to vacuum, but then when it went back and it emptied and everything, the next day I tried out the vacuum and mopping features and I was even more impressed. So it went back, it's completely emptied out the debris by itself, and I didn't have to do anything. And this is what the canister looked like after it had emptied all of the debris out of the canister. So you can see it's empty here. So now we have our dirty water tank. So this is where the dirty water will end up filling up after it's mopped. And then this is the clean water tank. So I just filled it up and stuck my mop pads onto the bottom. And now it's going to automatically vacuum and mop whenever it goes off each day. Now, when I originally set up my map, I put those no-go zones for mopping, but that was because I didn't realize that this vacuum also detects when it's on carpet, so it automatically will not mop those carpeted areas for you. So you really don't have to do the no-go zones unless you have a bunch of places that you just don't ever want it to go and mop. But for your carpeted areas, it will automatically detect it, so it will not wet your carpet or rugs. When it's mopping, it will also detect whenever your mop pads get a little dirty, and it will automatically go back to its station and clean the mop pads before it heads back out to finish the rest of the mopping, which is awesome because you're not, just spreading dirt around on your floors.
The mopping pads are slightly dirty. I'll return to wash them.
Now, after it's completely done mopping, it also will auto heat dry your mopping pads, so that way they're dried within 2 hours. That also reduces bacteria and odor. Now, you guys know how much I love trying out new vacuums and mops and cleaning tools for my channel just so I can recommend them to you. And I'm not even kidding when I say this, but this robot vacuum seriously has just blown my mind. I just can't believe how well it works for it to have so many features and to be so smart and to do its job as well as it does. I'm just super impressed. Not only does it get up all the crumbs, all the dog hair, the cat hair, and any other messes that we happen to have all over the floor, but it also does a great job mopping as well. So if you're looking for a vacuum mop robot that does it all without you having to worry about a thing, like once you get it all set up, it's ready to go for you daily, it does all the work for you, then I highly, highly recommend this vacuum. Now, like I said, I've been using this robot vacuum for several weeks now. And since I've started using it, I have not had near as much dog hair or cat hair or crumbs or anything else to worry about. And before I started using it, I actually had to pull out my cordless vacuum every single day to make sure I kept up with the dog hair and everything. But this thing is doing all the work for me, and it's saving me so much time so I can spend time getting all the other tedious tasks done around my house and not have to worry as much about the vacuuming or the mopping. So if you want to check out the EcoVax Dbot X1 Omni, then I will have a link down in my description box. It will be sold at ecovax.com, Amazon, and bestbuy.com. Okay, it's the next day, and Chance and I are actually going to fold all this laundry together while we watch a show. I was so grateful that he was able to help me out because you can see I got a little backed up on folding the laundry. This is probably like 6 loads here, but since we're on laundry, I did have a question from Melanie over on Instagram. She asked how many loads of laundry I do in a week. And look, there's our sweet Cooper. I'm telling y'all, anywhere I was, whether I was cleaning or whatever, he was always in the room, just laying there and just being the sweetest. But, okay, back to the question. So, I'm not sure how many loads I do in a week, but I do try to do at least 1 or 2 loads a day. Now, that doesn't always happen because I'm human and I get behind on things, and sometimes I get so behind that I end up doing like 6 loads in a day. But typically, I try to do at least 1 load a day, and that's just my goal. But I would love to hear how many loads a day or a week do you guys do?
Epiphany rising. Got a lot wrong, you see bright as lightning. Already memories, now I just don't really care what you feel, what you feel, what you feel. Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Got me like, ooh, got me like, ooh. And if I'm recognizing your mistakes, got me like, ooh, feelings like, ooh. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from my saviors. Just let it rain all over me, over me, over me, over me, over me. False advertising. You were not meant for me, still not surprising. Need no apologies, cause I just don't really care what you think, what you think, what you think. Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Got me like, ooh, got me like, ooh. And if I'm recognizing your mistakes, got me like, ooh, feelings like, ooh. Now I brought my worst fear.
All right, moving on to another day of cleaning. Now, I'm sure I did a whole lot more cleaning that day, but it was probably stuff in the kitchen where I've already shown you. So I am moving on to another day, and we're going to get some spring cleaning done on this day. I had planned on tackling Kaysen's room, and I came in here and I realized all of his dirty laundry was just on the floor in his closet. So I am going to pick that up and put it in the laundry basket, and this was not his fault. It was because I took his laundry basket and I put a bunch of Gracie June's clean jackets in it and took it upstairs in her room and completely forgot to put it back in his room. So he was just throwing his laundry on the floor. But anyways, we're going to get that taken care of. I'm also washing his bedding. We're going to freshen up his mattress with some baking soda, and we're also going to just go through my whole spring cleaning checklist and get his whole room deep cleaned. And if you haven't downloaded the checklist, you can download it for free from my website, which I have linked it below. So feel free to use this checklist if you need one. If you already have a spring cleaning checklist, then that's awesome too. But I am doing a whole spring cleaning series, so that, like I said earlier, this is video 3. And the first 2 videos have also focused on the bedrooms. So next week, I plan on cleaning somewhere else. So y'all let me know which room you would like me to clean next. I'm going to get out of the bedrooms because I feel like you've been seeing the same thing for 3 weeks now. So What room on the spring cleaning checklist do you want me to clean next? Okay, so while I let that baking soda sit, I'm actually going to move back into Gracie June's room. I spring cleaned in here last week, and if you missed that video, you can go check it out. I will link it below. But I did not get to declutter her clothes last week, so I said I was going to pick up straight where I left off with decluttering her clothes. So we're going to go through all these drawers. I do have these little dividers in here, but these drawers are not very like perfectly rectangular, so they were a little hard to get in, but they work great for keeping all of her clothes divided, at least her shirts. I just have them in her shirt drawers. But we're going to go through that chest, and then you can see here Gracie June's closet was a bit of a disaster, so we're going to get in here and clean and declutter as well. Now, a few weeks ago, I did pull out some of her shorts that were too small for her, but I'm still going to go through and declutter all the rest of the drawers, and then she might have a few more in here that I need to pull out. But now, I typically declutter the kids' clothes twice a year, spring and fall, just because they grow so fast. Gracie June, typically her shorts end up being too short because she grows so much. And then Kason, I don't even know. He grows like a weed, so everything gets small for him. Now, while I go through and declutter Gracie June's drawers, I figured I would answer another question. So this question is from Wendy, and she asks, are you guys going to get another dog? And it's so funny that she asked this because literally the day after Cooper passed away, we passed PetSmart and Kason was already asking if we could please get a puppy because he missed Cooper so much. And as much as I would love to get a dog, I just don't think it's smart for us right now because a puppy is a lot of work, and I would just feel bad because a lot of weekends we are at baseball, and so we are literally gone all day long. Sometimes we have to go and stay overnight for weekends away, and I just think it would be too hard to do that with a puppy, and it just wouldn't be fair to the puppy. So right now, we do not plan on getting another dog anytime soon, but we also have the kitty cats, so they're keeping us busy, maybe not as busy as a dog would. But for right now, we don't plan on getting a dog, but who knows how long it'll be before we get another one.
Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head.
All right, so I'm actually going to be pulling this chest out of Gracie June's room, and so I'm going to declutter all of this stuff that's in here, and then this drawer was already empty. But the other two drawers, we have all of her pants, which half of these are too small for her, and then pajamas. So I'm going to actually go through these, declutter them, and then put them in the big dresser and kind of reorganize in there and put them in there so that way I can take this chest out, because Gracie June got a vanity from Chance's great aunt. It is an old antique vanity, and it is so pretty. And she actually picked it out when we went and looked through the house after she passed away. This is like something that she wanted to leave to them. And so we took it home, we cleaned it all up, and now we're going to put it in her room, and she is so excited about it.
Prayers from my Savior, just let it rain all over me, 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 over me.
So here is the vanity from Chance's great aunt, and Gracie June is so excited about it. She wants to put some makeup in her drawers and be able to just sit here and get ready and get all pretty. She thinks it's so cool. But I'm going to just wipe down the mirror really quick, and I did notice that because it's so old, the mirror has these little black spots on it. So if y'all know how to clean that off, let me know. Otherwise, I mean, it's just going to be there. I think it's pretty cool. It makes it look even more antique, even though it is seriously an antique. I don't know how old this thing is, but we love it, and I'm so glad that Gracie June is excited about it too. All right, so the last thing in Gracie June's room is to clean out this closet. As you can see, it is a disaster. Gracie June and her friends had been in here playing the other day, and when I asked her to clean up, apparently she just threw everything into the closet. So she's going to help me take all of her toys back into the playroom, and then I'm going to actually clean off this bookshelf because there's a lot of stuff in here that she doesn't use or doesn't need in here anymore. And so I'm going to go through this whole bookshelf and clean everything off, wipe it down, and then reorganize it.
Pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces.
Now that that is done, I'm going to go through her clothes that are hanging here in the closet, declutter and reorganize those. And then Gracie June does have a few pairs of shoes down here, but majority of our shoes, or the kids' shoes, are actually out in our garage, and they're on like a shoe rack out there. So that's why she doesn't have very many shoes in here.
Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily, I can't believe it's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like ours would last.
All right, so it feels so good to have her closet all nice and clean. I need to actually put her clothes in here for the week. I do that on Sundays. But this is the bookshelf, and I was going to show you what I have in these little baskets really quick. Basically, it's a bunch of miscellaneous stuff and medals, and that's actually an antique mirror that's in that little box there. All of her nail stuff. And then on the next row, we've got her caboodle and headbands, scrunchies. We've got her spin, tithe, and save jars. And then in this little basket, she's got crayons and some extra like notepads and things like that. Down here, we've got a couple of makeup bags, and then a bunch of those boxes are like bracelets and craft things that she hasn't even opened yet. And so I have them in there so that way when her friends come over, if they want to do some sort of craft, they can start with the ones that we already have in the playroom that are opened instead of opening a new one. But this is a look at all the clothes that I decluttered, and I'm going to be giving them to a friend of ours. So that's really nice because we can give our hand-me-downs to a friend.
Love could pass, tomorrow comes, and you are not around, feels uneasy. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel.
All right, I'm heading back into Kason's room, and I'm going to be marking off the spring cleaning checklist in red for his room. I did purple for Gracie June's room, and then I did the blue color for ours. So I'm going to vacuum up all of that baking soda really quickly, and then I'm going to tackle some more of the spring cleaning checklist. And a lot of these things you've already seen me do, like I said, in the last few videos, because it's all the same stuff for the bedrooms I have listed. So if it's boring because you've seen the same content over and over again, but in different rooms, then I'm sorry. I promise I will do a different room next week.
It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Who said it'd be easy to be in love? Who said that the sun would always shine? I'm not sure you realize what you are giving up. When did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, Emily, when did you...
Okay, so I'm going to head over to the other window in just a second and do all of the exact same things to clean out the window tracking, the windowsill, all that stuff, the window itself, and of course the shutters. But I figured it was time for another question. So I actually got lots of questions about the music that I pick in my videos. So some people asked where I get my music from, how do I pick my music, if I could make a playlist, all of that. So the first thing is I get most of my music from a website called Epidemic Sound, and I'll actually link it for you guys down in the description box, because you can pay a subscription and then download whatever music you want. So if you're a creator and you want music that you can use in your videos, then that's definitely the place to go. But also I have this app. It's called Shazam. If you don't have it and you're constantly looking for like the names of a song, or you're always wondering what's the name of that song or who sings that song, then download the Shazam app, and then whenever it's playing, whenever you hear the song playing, you just click on your Shazam app and it'll actually like listen to the song for you while you're playing it. So if you're playing it from your computer or your TV, you click the Shazam app and it'll actually tell you what the name of the song is and who sings it. So then if you have Apple Music or Spotify or whatever subscription is that you have where you go and download your music or listen to your music, you can just search it on there. But I just go through Epidemic Sound and I go through and I have to listen to a ton of music, but Epidemic Sound also suggests music to me based on the songs that I've downloaded in the past, which I love. And so I do use a lot of the same songs a lot of times throughout the year just because I have some really some favorites and some songs that I just like to cling to. Now, someone else asked if I could do a playlist of the songs, and honestly, I know I talk a lot in my videos, so you don't get to hear as much music. So y'all will have to let me know if you want me to do some more videos with a little more music and a little less talking, because you won't hurt my feelings, I promise. I don't know. I always have a lot to talk to you guys about. So that's why I talk a ton in my videos.
To settle down, day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you.
So I shared this little hat organizer in one of my previous videos. We actually have it. We have two of those hat organizers on our door for Chance's hats, and Kaysen's actually in need of another one on his door, which I do have. I just haven't put it up yet. But those things are so good, and they're only $10 for a set of 2 on Amazon. So I'll link those 2 in case you need a hat organizer. But now I'm going to go through Kaysen's drawers. We actually already decluttered his shorts not too long ago. Chance did that one day. And so I'm going to go through his shirts. I think he already got rid of a lot of shirts too, because when I went through, I really didn't find very many that were too small for him. And his pile of like decluttered clothes looks so much smaller than Gracie June's.
About you I get too drunk and too
Okay, I am so excited to almost be done here in Kaysen's room and have another room deep cleaned. So the last thing I'm going to do in here is make up his bed. It's all nice and fresh and clean. It smells so good in here. And then I'm also going to vacuum really quickly, and then I'll be done in here. But if you are still here at the end of this video, will you do me a big favor and leave me a sunshine emoji so I can see who all stuck around till the end? I always love seeing who watches all the way through.
There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town, but there's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and got tons of cleaning motivation, and hopefully you're going to tackle a ton of things today too that is on your checklist. Be sure to check my description box for any links from today's video that I mentioned, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. And if you're still in need of even more cleaning motivation, I'm going to leave some really good videos here on the screen, and you can go check those out, and hopefully it'll get you through the rest of that to-do list. And I want you guys to know I really appreciate every single one of you. So thank you for taking precious time out of your day to spend it with me. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.